It's alive. Chat, live chat. Live chat is on. Papa Top, my friend. No, it's not beer. It's Coca-Cola. Good morning. Hi, Jen R. I know it's morning, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hi, dear Sandra. It really is Coca-Cola. Papa Top, my friend. It's not even 9 a.m. Hi, Pam Fogel. Everyone's just a few of us. Good morning. Hi, I'm Susan, and welcome to Lip Lock No More. Hi, Blan. As usual, I got nothing going on, except we need to give away some memberships, I think. I don't think we gave any away at the beginning of the month. I do this every month. So if we go in there and I already gave them away, then I already gave them away. But I can't remember. So I'm wearing my father-in-law's sweater today. It's cold here. How are you guys doing? Talk to me, babies. Don't you even want to know why I don't go barefooted in my own yard? Okay. If you're not going to chat, then I'm just going to stand here and ignore you. Cold, tears ran dry. Yeah. There's frost on the pumpkin this morning. I just finished walking Rags, the rescue dog. Hi, Sassy Pants. Good morning, Mrs. Liplock. Why so many stickers? What, baby? What stickers? Oh, stickers in the yard, you mean? No. I mean, I used to have stickers in the yard, but I think I finally got rid of them. Because years ago, somebody hauled in some river dirt here for gardening. Yeah, and it brought in some stickers. No, I'm going to show you a jar. Jidar, you're wrapping gifts? I got a little shopping done yesterday for our grandson. And I would show you what I got for him, but there's a possibility that he would watch this, and I don't want him to know ahead of time. It's like when they got here, hi, Grammy B, when they got here on Thanksgiving, our grandson comes in and he goes, Grandma, were you streaming earlier? Yes, as a matter of fact, I was streaming earlier. He said, I thought so. So, but, hi, Atrat Biatches. Hi, Nada Drama Nana. Hi, Suzette. Suzette, I've had plenty of stickers in my feet. Nada Drama Nana, you're the only mod in here right now, baby. But everybody is people that we know so far, so it's all good. And by the way, if you're new and you're in the bushes, hi. If you've been around for a long time and you're in the bushes, hi. And guess what? This is a super friendly live chat, and I'm like pretty much a really nice person unless you really piss me off. So don't feel like you can't come into chat. We pretty much welcome everybody over here. So, Not a Drama Nana will whack a troll. So, do you guys even care why I won't go barefooted in my own yard? Because, you know, I have to come up with something for a no content live stream. All of my live streams are no content. Why am I escalating? So I have to come up with a gimmick. And I have one. I have two of them. I have two gimmicks today. One is the title, why I don't go barefooted in my own yard. Hi, Maria. And the other is a kitchen cult gimmick thing. Okay? So, um, I'm not going to hurt your ears today by calling a meeting to order. This is not an official cult evaders meeting. This is just Susan doing another of her infamous no content live streams, otherwise occupying your time with totally boring bullshit that makes you end up wondering about halfway through the live stream why you even clicked over here. I know. Hi, Anna Hammond. And if I've missed anybody in chat, I'm sorry. It's not my intent to do so. So, why don't I go barefooted in my own yard? Well, you kids know, or at least most of you do. Grammy B, you're so thankful for no content live streams. It's kind of fun. I think so. Anyway, it's fun for me. Footloose, fancy free, got a few minutes, go live. Okay? In your father-in-law's sweater. I am braless, as I so often am, but I'm covered, so hey. Now, why don't I go barefooted in my own yard? You kids, or most of you, if you've been around for a while, you know that our little homestead here was built in 1939 as a house raising for the young couple that had just gotten married. There was no electricity, no indoor plumbing, and there was no trash pickup like I get now every Monday morning on a paved road that when this house was built was a dirt road running in front of my house, surrounded by farmland, most especially a blueberry field. Back to no trash pickup. So here in the hills and hollers of Arkansas back in the day, before trash pickup, people would take their trash to a burn pile. Usually they would dig a little shallow pit, and back then we didn't have plastic, or at least we didn't have plastic that our food and other items came to us in. It was glass or tin cans, mostly, cellophane, and paper. So eventually, all of that breaks down, except for what? Glass. Oh, thank you, Sassy Pants. That's very kind of you. Now, Sassy, let's keep in mind, I do make up some crap, but I don't make up any crap about anything that matters. I just make up crap to be on, to be silly. Hi, Pink. What is all of that in that old candle jar that this really weird old lady is holding up for us to look at? Hi, Shay. You kids know that Bob, my husband, and I took possession of our home in, let's see, April of 2014. And I knew then already not to go barefooted in my own yard. Hang on. wanted to get a dark colored plate. Hi, Lillian. That I can pour, not pour, well, kind of pour these things onto so you can see them. And to let you know, you might want to consider not going barefooted in your own yard. Not because of hookworm, not because you might get worms. Although, if you've ever lived in this part of the country, hi DJ, if you've ever lived in this part of the United States, when you're a little old kid and you're running around barefooted out in the yard all the time, and your mama or your older sister or your granny would tell you to get in the house and get your shoes on or you're going to get worms. Yeah. Well, this is scarier because we're going back to that trash. Us folks up here in the hills and hollers of Arkansas used to burn back in the days before trash pickup. Back in the days before plastic. Everything here, give me a minute. It's going to be, watch your ears because it's going to make a little bit of noise. Watch your ears. I'll try to be as quiet as possible. Everything in my jar has been picked up out of my yard. By the way, all of this glass is very, very thick because back in the day, I'm not going to show you every single piece individually, but I want you to see why you don't want to go barefooted in your yard. Other than worms. I don't know if you'll be able to make out, but this is the bottom of a very, very thick glass bottle. And I don't know what it's from, but it says oh gosh, guys, I'm getting that cataract surgery. D954 with some sort of an emblem for one pint M-169. That was a pint of something. Since it was a pint, I would assume it was liquid. Now that wouldn't hurt your foot. But it makes me remember playing marbles. Did y'all ever play marbles? Well, I can tell you that right here in my hand, I have the evidence, what you kids here on YouTube refer to as receipts, that at some time in the lifetime of my home, somebody drew a circle and played marbles in my yard. Did y'all ever play marbles? I know I already asked you once, but I thought I'd ask you one more time. Do you still play marbles? Or like me, have you just lost them? Like I said, I won't drive you crazy or bore you. That obviously is part of an old mason jar because it's S-O-N right there. So we know that's a mason jar. Don't even have any idea. It's lips. But I have no idea what it broke off of. Babies, you know what? When you're walking, when you're looking where you're walking, sometimes look for more than just your feet. Boy, that right there would have hurt. Now, y'all know, of course you don't know, how I might be familiar with how bad it can hurt if you step on broken glass. Looky here, this one is almost purple. See if we compare it. Let me find one that's clear. We lay it next to a clear piece of glass. This has a lavender hue to it. And I can tell by looking at it that it is the bottom of a bottle or a jar. But I can't, of course, I don't know. No babies. No, don't. Have no, sorry, I got kitties getting rowdy in the background. But there's the blue, the familiar blue of one of these. Right? But when you're looking down, watching where your feet are going, you can find all kinds of cool things. Boy, that right there would have hurt. And look at this. And it's broken. Kitties, please stop. It's broken, but not at the hasp. See, the hasp is right here. So at some point in time, somebody was in my yard and their necklace broke and they couldn't find it. But I did. Almost finished because the kitty cat's getting rowdy is kind of throwing me off. Then even shards of pottery. I even found the piece that broke off of the necklace. And a crystal. And another crystal. Quartz. Everything else, oh, a cute little rounded off rock. Another crystal. There's all kinds of things under our feet. Now, how do I know how bad it can hurt? I reckon I was about 4 years old the day my best friend Caroline and I were playing on the dirt bank across Highway number 5 from our old house out in the middle of nowhere near Norfolk, Arkansas. Crossed the road, Highway number 5 from Miss Wickersham's store. And I was barefooted. And I was not looking where my feet were going. And my right foot, right in the arch, came down on a broken Coca-Cola bottle. I remember the trip and my mama's 1955 Ford pickup truck to Calico Rock to Dr. Grass. I remember my older brother keeping compression on the bottom of my foot while my mother drove like the proverbial, stop, kitties, stop. Like the proverbial bat out of hell to get me to Dr. Grass's because I was bleeding pretty bad. Stop now. Stop now. Y'all, I have one female that's being bullied by 2 of the males. And if it gets too rowdy, I'll mute and see if I can't do something about it. I remember getting to Dr. Grass's office. Well, I don't remember getting there. I remember being there. And this is the God's honest truth. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people to hold me down when I was 4 years old for Dr. Grass to stitch up the bottom of my foot. I'm not kidding. One held my head, one on each side holding my arms and my shoulders, one holding my torso down, one on each leg. And I can just remember looking at Dr. Grass, and Dr. Grass that I had loved for as long as I could remember at the age of 4. I didn't like him so much anymore. They got me sewed up. And being a little old kid, of course, I wanted to play anyway once the pain subsided. And so there was all of that in the days ensuing. And I think that's enough of me reminiscing about stepping on a broken Coca-Cola bottle. But that is why I do not go barefoot in my own yard. And even if you live in a brand new subdivision and your house ain't but 6 months old, you know what? You don't know what was on that land before your house was put there. So I'm going to say, hi, Sandy Gant. Hi, Villanova. Put your shoes on when you go outside. So I'm going to leave all that like that, and I'll put it up later. But now this is obviously a neck of a bottle. You step on a single one of them and it ain't going to feel good. All right, that's all of that about why I don't go barefooted in my own yard. Let me put this back where it goes. I understand that she doesn't want you messing with her. And right now I'm live on YouTube, so I would really like it if you would not mess with her. Stop being such a bully. There are plenty of bullies on YouTube. We don't need any in the house. Now, I'm going to test y'all out here. If you know what something is. Insofar as us being a kitchen cult. Hi, Rhiannon. Just checking chat, babies. Okay. Y'all know how I like to whip it out. Not that. I just pulled a hair out and I got to put it in the trash. Give me a second. I didn't pull it out. It was whatever. Okay. Bellanova, your mom had crystals throughout her flower garden. See, I'm wondering, because these were on the surface. I mean, hi, Susan. They weren't like, literally just like sitting there going, hi, I'm a crystal, pick me up. But they were near where flowers grow. And so it makes me wonder if somebody's grandma might have put these in a flower bed or nearby. Shay, we love you too, baby. Love you to pieces, girl. Hi, I'm that bee, Mama Bear. What are you doing, woman? Like it's any of my business. Okay, now get ready to be tested. Your prize will be a free subscription to this channel if you are correct. Does anybody recognize, continuing with our glass theme, okay? Do y'all know what these are? Hang on. Hi, Sammy Sparrow. I'm that bee, Mama Bear's nothing, just hanging out with some of our favorite people. Okay, what are these? Hi, Carrie Bishop. What are these? What's this? It's glass, not plastic. No, they're not binoculars. No, it's not a monocle. No, it's not an eyeglass, Shay. No, I'm that bee, Mama Bear. They're not old shot glasses. Yes, Sandy Kent. Hi, Angie's Life. Mama Bear, no, not a Dramanana. They could be, but no, act right, bitches. No, Bellanova. The correct answer has already been placed in the chat. Did you not hear me say, yes, Susan Macy? See, that tells me y'all ain't as old as I am. When I was a little kid and you went to the cafe to get a grilled cheese or a BLT without the T because you didn't like tomato at that time, and your mama got coffee that she always put cream in, this is how your cream, Sandy, I think we talked about it before. And they had a little on the top, okay, and it was cream, not milk, real cream, okay? And it had a little, like a cardboard, I know, Sammy, I know. They had a little cardboard lid with a tab, and you would grab the tab and pull the little cardboard lid out of the opening. Hi, Marjorie. And that's what your coffee cream came in back in the day. And I have to. So, Sandy Gant, you win a free, wait, you're already subscribed. Sandy Gant, you win a free lifetime subscription to Lip Lock No More. Okay, one more glass in the kit. Okay, here's what else could you use this for? If you were a guitar player, it wouldn't be long enough, but you could use it as a slide if you absolutely had to. One more glass thing, and if you know what it is, then you are the champion of all champions of the identifying of antique glass things. Walking on broken glass. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Walking on broken glass. Boom, boom, boom. You were the sweetest thing that I ever knew. Oh, it's got dust all over it. Okay, I'm not doing it to you. You don't get to see it until I wipe the dust off. I am not going to be targeted, tormented, harassed, and bullied on this platform over dusty glass. You were the sweetest thing that I ever knew. But I don't care for sugar, honey, if I can't have you. And since you've abandoned me, my whole life is trashed. Won't you pick the pieces up? 'Cause it feels just like I'm walking on broken glass. Luminous. What is this? Kitchen cult members, what is this? Yes, Sandy, I did. Cotton candy 65. Oh, you guys all got it. It's a milk jug. Sammy Zero. That goes in a mason jar. Or a swiggin' jug. Villanova maple syrup holder. Hey, I guess it could be. Although I've never lived or experienced the Northeast in the United States, so I've never tapped, to draw maple. But I suppose it could be. But yeah, back in the day, you guys probably never had milk delivered to your door by the milkman. I did. And the last time I told him, you're not getting this bottle back. I will pay the deposit or whatever, and I'm keeping this bottle because I'm never going to get another one because you're never coming back. The days of the milkman are over, and no, he is not the father of my children. It's a gallon milk jug. Do I miss the old days? Yeah. But life is like a river. It flows. It's best not to resist the current. Go with it and enjoy it. But if you come across an old glass milk jug, I love old things, especially my husband. Okay, that's all the silly glass stuff for today. Putting it back where it belongs. Walking on broken glass. I'm imitating one of those, those young angry men bands where and they talk like, and I'm like, what is, and they growl. I'm like, what are you? My son can do that. I have three sons that can actually do that, but the oldest, he was more into the music, like, I like big butts and I cannot lie. Okay. But the two younger ones, the middle and the baby, who's in his 30s, okay. Especially the young, well, no, actually both of them. They've both been in bands. The youngest one, bass player, a little bit of singing, background vocals. The middle one, lead singer, up in front, almost like Pantera. And he's like, I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, can we keep it to the alternative music genre? Walking on broken glass. Okay, that's all I got. Now, other than that, you hated that song. I remembered a song the other day that when I was a little kid, it was in the top 40 on the radio. And my brother, Roy Dale, the poet, he was also a classical guitarist, acoustic guitar. I mean, he could play electric guitar, lead and rhythm and whatnot, but he was actually like a real guitarist dude. But when I was little, and he was a teenager, a preschooler, he's a teenager. He's like 15, okay? No, I was older than that. I was already in school. I'm old. I get to just go with it. Life is a river. It flows. A song came out when I was in grade school. I didn't mean to lie about being a preschooler. I just misrepresented the truth, which is not the same as lying. Now then, this song came out by these two brothers called the Everly Brothers. You want to talk about being bullied, targeted, tormented, and harassed? My older brother figured out that if he sang a particular song to me or just sang it, he didn't even have to sing it to me. He could just sing it. If there were other people around, even if there weren't other people around, I would be so embarrassed. I didn't even know what he was singing about. I just knew it had my name in it. Wake up, a little Suzy, wake up. And I'd be like, no, wake up, a little Suzy, wake up. The movie wasn't so hot. Da, 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 da. The movie's over, it's 4 a.m. and we're da-da-da, and we're in quite a spot. Wake up a little Suzy, wake up a little Suzy. Well, I told your mama that you'd be home by 10. Yeah, Suzy, baby, looks like we goofed again. Wake up a little Suzy, wake up a little Suzy. I don't know why it embarrassed me, but it embarrassed me every freaking time he would do it. I would cry. Stop singing. The movie's over, it's 4 a.m. and we're in trouble deep. Wake up a little Suzy. I know, Sandy, because I was little Suzy, and he wasn't, okay, my brother was not a mean person. He did it because he thought my reaction was cute. He didn't know what I was feeling on the inside. No Suzy ever liked it, and everyone sang it to him, I know. I mean, I knew what a drive-in theater was, of course, because we went to the drive-in theater often. But being a little child, I wasn't grasping until much later years of life, of course. You know, it's a couple out on a date. They went to the drive-in theater. The movie was really bad. They both fell asleep. They wake up. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and oh boy, are they in trouble. What are they going to tell mom and dad? You know, even if they tell them the truth, they'll think they're making it up. Excuse me. So that's really about all I got for you. That's about all. Let's see. I will be, hang on. I sure say hang on an awful lot, don't I? This is a cookbook stand that my older granddaughter got for me for Christmas years ago. And on it, sorry, I keep forgetting I'm moving out of frame. I'm sorry. You'd think after all these eons that I've been on YouTube, you know, there's some people who seem to have difficulty with the measurement of time. Have you all noticed that? There's one creator in particular that uses the word eons and years, all these years. I don't think that person knows what the word eon, what that span of time actually is. But eons ago, my granddaughter bought me this recipe book stand, and so it is time for me to finally start this. Bob got all my ingredients for me, and so I will be making a selection, a variety of baked Christmas goods as gifts for our neighbors, as previously announced right here on this stunningly awesome channel known as Lip Locked No More. Where else can you get this kind of drivel? There's no other channel on this platform wherein you can just come in and not get a fucking thing out of it. I mean, stop and think about it. You go to channels where they have panel discussions, they debate or converse about either extremely important topics or just random bullshit. You can still get something out of it. There are channels where you DIY and you learn to do something for yourself. And so you've learned something, and that is a valuable thing. Or there are cooking channels where you learn a new recipe, or you can learn to decoupage, macrame, crochet, embroider, needlepoint. You can learn how to Yeah, that too. But where else can any single one of you go on this particular platform and get this low a quality of absolute nothingness on your channel? Well, it's not your channel, it's my channel, on your TV, on your phone, on your computer, on your laptop, on your tablet, whatever. So anyway, cookbook is out. Let the baking ensue. Now tonight, I think I have previously announced, I will not be cooking. Guess why? Tonight is my husband's company Christmas dinner. I know. You're all jelly. Deal with it. So let me put my butterfly back on my ribbon as I nervously attempt to keep talking about absolutely nothing whatsoever so that I do not leave my audience with dead air. I'll be right back. So that will begin tomorrow. I had intended to start earlier in the week, but I've been kind of like not in the mood. And when I'm baking Christmas stuff, I want to be really in the mood so that every morsel is prepared with love for each person that's going to get it. So let's see what this book says. Through the Kitchen Window by Susan Hill, illustrated by Angela Barrett. I love the illustration. Let's crack it and see what it says inside. Obviously, I do not own any rights to this book. It was published by Stemmer House Publishers Incorporated, Owings Mills, Maryland. The copyright, the first U.S. printing, 1985. So it's not as old as some of the other books that we've been perusing, but it's pretty old. Hi, Arcade Music. So, because I know it's not quite winter, okay? I know it is not quite winter, but it is cold. So, hang on. What's falling out of it? Ooh. I love avocado toast. What is this? Look. There's a recipe for biscuits in this book. Anyway, I don't remember where Bob acquired this one, but he let me have it because of its theme, I guess. And I haven't read this. I've had it for a while, but this is the first time I've cracked it open. So, text copyright 1984 by Susan Hill. Illustrations copyright 1984 by Angela Barrett. First published in Great Britain by Hamish Hamilton Ltd, London. All rights reserved. Okay, so under fair use, we're going to share a little bit. Let's see. Oh my goodness, you guys, the illustrations are so cool. Okay, let's look at the first one. Okay, that's our first illustration from the book Through the Kitchen Window. Winter. The winter kitchen. In winter, the kitchen is the heart of the house. It is the living place. Kettles sing, pots simmer, pans bubble. Visitors come to sit in the kitchen. Children use the kitchen table to draw at, paint at, model plasticine upon, and to help with the cooking. They hang about waiting for bowls to lick out. Here's our second illustration. There is a chair for quiet reading and waiting for this or that to be put in or taken out of the oven, to be ready, to be kneaded or turned or basted or stirred. Beside the stove, cats purr with half-closed eyes. In winter, the kitchen is always warm, and always there are smells of roasting meat and stewing soups, frying onions and baking bread. There is the chop, chop, chop of the knife through carrots and turnips and mounds of fresh leeks, and the rhythmic pulse of the electric beater. And in the sudden silence, after it has stopped, the ticking of the clock. In winter, the kitchen windows are steamed over, and penmen and names and smiling sunny faces are drawn across the panes with chubby little fingers. Outside, early dark, rain like a whiplash, gale and hail, rattling the latch, or ice, sealing it tight. But inside, all is bright, warm, savory, companionable. The end. Next time we'll continue with winter tea. Again, that is Through the Kitchen Window, Winter by Susan Hill, illustrated by Angela Barrett, copyright 1985, I think. So it's time for me to say goodbye. Susan, you really needed this today. Good. Can this be next time already? Okay. I may have to take a break and have a cigarette. Winter tea. I also may have to take a break and go pee. Oh, that rhymed. I also want to know, when did my thighs gelatinize? I sit down frequently. I'm old. And my upper thighs, you know, where your legs join your hind end, and my thigh kind of spread out. And I looked down at it and I was like, whose thigh are you? You don't belong to me. I've never seen you do that before. And then let me show you before we read winter tea. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Don't fall out. What is that? What is that right there? When did this happen? There's strong here. Look, muscle. Ooh, muscle. Ha. Okay? Strong. Ooh, muscle. What is this? I can't even twerk. It is of absolutely no use to me whatsoever. And I want to know, when did my thighs gelatinize and nobody took the time or the trouble to let me freaking know about it? Bob has never once said, "Why are your thighs jiggling, lady?" The greeter at the Walmart, has he ever said, "Look at that lady's thighs. They are gelatinized"? No. Has Lillian, my best friend, my woman next door, has she ever said, "Susan, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I've noticed lately, Sage, he is a smart man. Lillian, you would think a best friend would say, like a best friend, like if your dress is caught up in the crack of your hind end and you get up and you're walking away, let's say you're at church. Okay? Let's say we're at church and you get up and your dress is hung up in the crack of your hind end. Now, a good husband or a good best friend is either going to tell you so, or even more discreetly, they're just going to reach over and grab the hem and give it a nice little light jerk so that your dress comes out your crack. And you're not walking down the aisle going to the ladies' room at the church, a powder room, whatever. And everybody else in the congregation is going, look at her dress is caught up in her crack. Would you not think that same person, basically Lillian, could have said to me some time ago, as I'm walking away from her across our yards, she could have said, "Oh, by the way, Susan, I noticed that your thighs have gelatinized." Oh, hell no. She's going to be shorted one treat in her Christmas tin, I can tell you that much. Now, I got that out of my system. Let's read Winter Tea. Oh, look how lovely the sunlight is playing across my face. It makes me look so youthful. All right, now, here we go. And we've been on here almost an hour. Tears ran dry. Don't be trying to suck up. No. Oh, whatever. Oh, you're okay. If your Cajun aunt said that, then I'll accept it. There for a moment when I didn't see the Cajun aunt part, I thought you were just like figuratively kissing my gelatinized thighs. Just saying. Okay. Y'all, it has recipes. What? Get out. No, don't get out. Wait. Okay, look. Winter Tea is a 1, 2, 3 page story. But look after the story. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so happy Bob gave me this book. Okay, it has a recipe for sausage and onion plate pie, fruity tea bread, and lemon cake. Whoa. Guys, I think I'm going to have some recipes that I've never seen or heard of before to try. I mean, of course, I've heard of, what is castor sugar? I mean, I know I can Google it, but does anybody in chat happen to know? Hi, Wist. Cotton candy, you'll take the lemon cake. I know, it sounds so good. Do you guys, I'll Google it after we get off of here. Shay, do you know what castor, C-A-S-T-E-R, castor sugar? Sandy, that's what I thought of too. Jen, you think it's raw sugar? Shay, I love lemon cake. Castor sugar is just a fine sugar. Okay, Sammy, so like I could, can I put regular sugar like in my blender and make it finer? If I'm really careful, because sugar is explosive. You guys know that, right? I've told you that before. Please don't forget that. It's not a joke. Our kid music. Okay, it's really fine sugar. I've never heard of it before. Semi-Sparrow, you think regular sugar would work? I bet I could put it in my blender if I was really careful and blend it, as long as I didn't have it near an ignition source. Carrie, honey, I think it's between granulated and powdered. Rhiannon, I don't know. It sounds like something you would get at a specialty store, and we don't have. Sandy, just my coffee grinder. I have a coffee grinder, but the sugar would taste like coffee. But it's melted butter, castor sugar, an egg, a lemon, and 4 ounces of self-rising flour. You mix the melted butter with 2 ounces of the sugar. You grate the lemon rind finely and fold it into the mixture. Then you add the flour. You grease a 7-inch sandwich tin. What's a sandwich tin? Sandy, a coffee grinder would grind it? Okay. I could probably clean it out well enough. It's going to taste. Bella, you didn't. Bella. Hang on, Bella, just a second, honey, and I'll tell you how I learned that. It was kind of weird how I learned it. Like the vanilla sugar, you can never. Sage. Your chat faded, Sage. Everybody's chat faded. It happens. Anybody that uses their phone to live stream, I'm sure you guys know that. Like the vanilla sugar I could never find in stores, I guess, sold in other countries. Sage, I don't know. A manual pot grinder would be best. Okay. Okay, Bella. It was in a movie, but it was you wouldn't call it a documentary. Okay, and I can't even remember the name of it, but it was a movie based on fact and historical fact from the Civil War here in the United States, okay? And I think that it was, I'll probably get this name wrong. I'll probably get the wrong guy, okay? But I think it was Stonewall Jackson. The powder that comes up off of granulated sugar is highly explosive. And hi, Cherokee Girl. Walmart sells baker's sugar. Okay, baby, thank you for telling me. There's a scene in the movie during a battle where they used, but this is based on historical fact, Bella. They used the powdery up, I don't know what to call it. It's not the sugar floating in the air, okay? If you ignite it, it will explode. And they used it in a battle successfully. So, yeah, you get more with sugar than you do with vinegar. I guess. Okay. For I'm That Bee Mama Bear, we're going to go ahead and read Winter Tea. And then I'm going to sing you out. And we'll get on with our day. Okay. Winter Tea from Through the Kitchen Window by Susan Hill. Let me get a sip. It is midwinter, dark December. It is Sunday afternoon. In boots and greatcoats, mufflers and mittens, everyone has gone for a walk, except perhaps for Grandmama and Great Aunt, who snooze beside the fire, and the cats stretched sleek on the hearth rug. They have gone across the fields towards the wood. The air is damp, raw, cold. It catches the breath. Early this morning and late tonight comes the frost, hardening the earth. The men are carrying guns and slung about with rabbits and pigeons. The children are tumbling and gamboling and racing in zigzags, voices carrying on the still chill air. Stamping of feet, blowing on fingers, beating of arms. And now the sun sets, rose red and blazing below the hill. Bones ache, teeth chatter, skin chafes, noses run. They are heading for home, and in the house ahead, the lamps come on in welcome, and the clock stirs, gathers itself, then chimes. It is time for tea. The table, laid for high tea in winter, is a rich delight. There are plates and bowls and dishes piled high with good things, and the singing kettle and the great teapot stand at the center of it all. This is not a genteel meal, and never at all formal. There is no dressing up for high tea. It is a convivial comfort, satisfying and noisy. Let me clear my throat, babies. Sorry about that. It is a knife and fork, a meat tea, a proper meal. There are cold hams and round tongues and pressed beef, all pink to be sliced thickly. And with them goes strong, bright mustard and horseradish that brings tears to the eyes, and glass jars of pickles dipped into with a silver fork. Onions, small, crunchy, and vinegar sour. Yellow Piccadilly and dark brown thick sweet chutney. Red cabbage and tiny burgundy beets. There are salads, not the limp lettuce and bland tomatoes out of season, but winter salads with a bite to them, of shredded cabbage and hearty chicory, pungent celery, and sharp apple dotted about with raisin. And the meats, or after them, come the savory pies, a raised pork pie like an upturned hat oozing its jelly, a cold bacon and egg pie, solid and substantial, with pastry, top and bottom, a sausage, meat, and onion plate pie, a veal and ham and Scotch eggs in their crumbly coats, and little flaky sausage rolls that dissolve in your mouth. After the meats, the sweets, the trifle in its cut glass bowl, layered red and buttery lemon, and buttery yellow and cream. Fancifully set about with blobs and whorls, and here a cherry, there a strip of green angelica. Loaves, white and brown for spreading with butter and jam. Tea loaves, sticky topped malt, packed with fruit, barabreath and currant loaf, date and walnut and lardy cake and honey and apple, all brown, all moist. Cakes. Round cakes, plain and heavy, or airy sponges, dusted with sugar, scattered with nuts, inch deep in fondant icing. A seed cake, a dark, dark Dundee, its surface stuck around and around with toasted almonds. Victoria sandwich, light as air, devil's food, wickedly rich. A lemon cake, warm, pricked all over with a skewer and the holes filled with fresh lemon syrup that soaks in and runs over onto the plate. Plates are piled with biscuits, ginger and flapjack and shortbread and shrewsbury. Under covers, hot muffins, crumpets, Grindle scones and cinnamon toast, golden with butter. High tea in winter is a meal for the day and for the cold and the dark. A meal for all ages, appetites and fancies. High tea, winter tea, is a meal like no other. The end. That was winter tea. Next time, winter ills. It is the tradition here at Lip Lock No More that I sing my viewers out. Why, you may ask? Because I can and I want to. Plus, I'm retired as a professional performer, so you are now my only audience. And yesterday, a Christmas song that my mother used to sing to me when I was little bitty popped into my head. I would actually ask her when I was little, I would say, sing that one, that Christmas song, that one. I didn't know the name. And I can only remember a little bit of it. So I thought I'd sing you out with a Christmas medley today. The first one being the song my mama sang to me. You have heard of a place they call Santa Claus Land, but you've never been there. I know it's a beautiful forest of evergreen trees where all sorts of sugar plums grow. Santa Claus Land, Santa Claus Land, how would you like to go to a beautiful forest of evergreen trees where all sorts of sugar plums grow? Up on the housetop, reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus, down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. And Mama would always do this, click, click, click. Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names, and they never let poor Rudolph the bullies join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, "Oh, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" Then how the reindeer loved them as they shouted out with glee, "Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history." Bum, bum. We'll be back soon on another live stream. Might even do some baking on here. So babies, not just at Christmas time, all the time, please continue putting into practice being kind one to another. It's not going to hurt you, and it's not going to cost you anything, and it's going to come back to you tenfold when you expect it the least, but you need it the most. And always remember, life is like a river. It keeps flowing. Don't fight it. Now get out of here. I've got things to do. And thank you for joining me today. To a beautiful forest of evergreen trees, where all sorts of sugar plums grow.